Your campus, your news, all the time. From the Showman Studio, here is the Husky Update.
Hello, I'm Richie Koehler.
And I'm Esha Walia.
And welcome back to the Husky Update. We're covering the largest stories here at Northeastern and around the world. On Wednesday, January 15th, Israel and Hamas agreed to a ceasefire deal. The Biden administration says the deal will develop in 3 stages. The first stage would last 42 days and involve Hamas releasing 33 hostages in exchange for Israel releasing Palestinian prisoners currently held in Israeli jails. The second stage would be a permanent end to the war, with the release of the remaining living hostages in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners. Stage 3 would involve rebuilding Gaza and the return of the remaining bodies of hostages.
For weeks, wildfires have blazed across Los Angeles County, killing at least 25 people, forcing thousands to evacuate, and destroying thousands of buildings, including homes, schools, and businesses. 2 of these fires, the Eaton and Palisades fires, have been respectively ranked as the first and second most destructive in Southern California's history. As fire crews struggle to contain these deadly fires, the cause is still being investigated.
The Supreme Court has heard arguments about a potential ban on TikTok and announced their unanimous decision in favor of the ban. The Biden administration announced that it had no intention of enforcing the ban, leaving the decision up to the Trump administration. Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey has also expressed support for the app and introduced legislation to hold off the ban. TikTok will remain functional while the Trump administration weighs its options.
On Monday, January 20th, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. The inauguration ceremony took place inside of the U.S. Capitol building, a change caused by freezing temperatures. The last time an inauguration was held indoors was in January 1985 for former President Ronald Reagan.
After the return of NUN participants this spring, overcrowding is prevalent on Northeastern University's Boston campus. Gyms are packed and dining halls are frequently crowded, as seen in this photo taken outside of the International Village Dining Hall. Students are taking to social media to document long lines and crowded spaces and calling for solutions. Now, the university has made some attempts at curbing overcrowding, but as the student body grows larger each semester, students are looking for permanent fixes.
Well, it's that time of year. As the hockey season comes to a head, Northeastern is heading into long-awaited Beanpot. We're joined by NUTV News Sports correspondent Cassandra Joyce for updates on the Beanpot games held so far.
Thanks, Esha. On Tuesday, January 14th, Matthews Arena played host for the semifinal rounds of the 46th annual Beanpot, with the Boston University Terriers taking on the Harvard Crimson, followed by the Boston Eagles taking on our very own Northeastern Huskies. Opening up scoring in the tournament, Angelica McDanis scored her first career goal to put the Crimson up 1-0 in the third period. BU was able to counter with only a few minutes left in the period with a goal from Sydney Healy, sending them to overtime. Lindsay Bochna netted the game-winning goal for the Terriers to send them to the championship round. In the second game, the Huskies dominated scoring in the first period with 3 goals in 5 minutes. The Eagles countered with 20 seconds left in the first to make the score 3-1. Lily Shannon grabbed a shorthanded goal for the Huskies to put them up 4-1. The Eagles scored another goal in the third, but were unable to score again, making the final score 4-2. Northeastern advanced to face Boston University in the championship round of the Beanpot, played at TD Garden on January 21st.
With the NFL season coming to a close, new changes are being put in motion. Changes specifically affecting the greater Boston area. Earlier in January, Gerard Mayo, former Patriots head coach, was fired after just 1 season. With a 4-13 record and a lackluster season performance, stakeholders are looking to lead the team in a new direction. Mike Vrabel, former Patriots linebacker, will now assume the position of head coach, working to get the Pats back to their glory days.
Starting this year, Americans will now need to apply for an ETA, or Electronic Travel Authorization, to travel to the UK, even for just a layover there. The authorization lasts for 2 years and costs about $12.50. Later this year, the European Union will enact the same policy for Americans visiting any of its 30 member countries. The U.S. has similar requirements for European travelers.
While the bitter cold weather is keeping most indoors, there is still outdoor winter fun to be had all around Boston. NUTV News' Andrew Longo explores a staple winter pastime.
I'm NUTV news correspondent and news director Andrew Longo, and I'm here at the Frog Pond ice skating rink in the heart of the Boston Common. Here where history and great views of the city combine to make a great day or night out this winter. Let's go check it out. Amongst barren trees and snow-swept sidewalks, Frog Pond stands out as a pulse of community and life. It's a staple of the city and was initially used as a source of water for cattle in the 1800s, when that section of the city was primarily used for grazing livestock. Towards the end of the 1800s, it was transformed into a rectangular shape, and walking paths and benches were added.
I'm here with my friends who aren't the best skaters, so it's really fun to just be able to come here and skate around with my friends and teach them a few things. And it's really nice to see everybody just trying the sport out, even if they're not very good at it. Everyone seems like they're having fun, so it's great.
Starting in 1910, it became an iconic ice skating location in the city and is used as a shallow reflecting pool in the summer. There are events by this iconic landmark for every season, from ice skating shows to a pumpkin float in the fall. They're currently open for ice skating lessons, and host special events like Yoga on Ice, provided by the world-renowned Skating Club of Boston. The iconic skating rink has been run by the Skating Club of Boston since 2010 and hosts thousands of ice skaters of every ability every winter. So come check it out, and don't be too afraid if you take a couple falls. At Frog Pond, Andrew Longo, NUTV News.
Well, Andrew, glad to see you didn't find yourself on thin ice.
Actually, I just started getting into ice skating, and it's actually pretty cheap. There also are a lot of free or pretty inexpensive rinks around the city, so I would say it's definitely worth checking out. Otherwise, though, that's the news. The rest, as always, is up to you. Be sure to follow our Instagram page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the Husky Update. I'm Richie Koehler.
And I'm Esha Walia. Thank you for watching.